Good afternoon and welcome. So today we're going to talk about renewing metabolic and hormone signaling. My name is Lauren Hayden with Live Well. This is part of my metabolic and hormone renewal program, which will be starting this fall. And it utilizes GLP-4 TE, which is a homeopathic alternative, or you can be using GLP meds if you've been using those with your physician. So this presentation is for educational purposes only. It does not provide healthcare, medical, or nutrition therapy services, diagnose or treat, cure any disease, condition, or other physical and mental ailment of the body. I am not acting in the capacity of a physician or psychologist. I'm a health coach, and any advice given by myself is not meant to take the place of advice from your physician. So my name is Lauren, and I have a master's in holistic nutrition. I'm board certified in holistic nutrition. I'm an applied kinesiologist and a certified clinical homeopathic specialist. I'm also certified in functional blood chemistry with Dr. Dickon Weatherby. And in my previous careers, I was a strength and conditioning specialist and former tennis professional with the USPTA and PTR. So I taught tennis for 15 years. So today we're going to talk about metabolic health, what it is, why it's so prevalent in society today. We're going to talk about my protocol and how I engage with this as a homeopath and alternative medical professional. So we're going to teach you how to renew your metabolic blueprint using Desbio products and other support products that I use. And this is a lifestyle training, a course which you might be interested in. So my personal experience with metabolic health. So I grew up on a farm. I was exposed to a lot of things. I have an A blood type, so I'm very sensitive. So I would have been diagnosed with ADHD as a child. I was constipated all the time. Was wearing glasses when I was 4 years old. My parents were trying to figure out what was wrong with me. So when I had children, my third child was born with ADHD, and I had to medicate him with that for a while, and I didn't want to do that. My husband also had an autoimmune condition, and my dad was diagnosed with leukemia. So I was sort of on a mission with myself and with my family to find out what was going on, and I didn't have a lot of luck in the traditional medical system, so I decided to go to basically find other protocols outside of that. And so what are the results of all this? So I am still the same weight that I was when I was married. I was able to reverse osteoporosis, my husband's alopecia. My son is doing fine. My dad did pass away, but he did have a really great 7 to 10 years of health where he didn't have to use any chemotherapy, but he decided to go that route. So I do believe that alternative medicine can be used as complementary medicine. And I do believe it really works. So today, what is the state of metabolic health in our country? So 40% of the individuals and even children now have been diagnosed with obesity. Metabolic syndrome is now 38.5%, and that would entail diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, things like that. Many people are pre-diabetic, and 38 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes, and many individuals don't even know they have diabetes. So what are the diseases associated with metabolic disorders? There are many. So it's not just obesity, it's cardiovascular disease, cancer, and autoimmune conditions. And some of the common symptoms individuals experience would be energy crashes, poor sleep, stubborn weight. Usually it's around the middle or in the hips for women, brain fog, memory problems, hormonal shifts in thyroid, or estrogen and testosterone, and obviously your insulin resistance is also a hormone. And you might notice things happening with your skin, your hair, or your nails. So what is metabolism? What is metabolic health? So your metabolism is basically the engine that drives and feeds you and your ATP energy to drive your cells and perform all the metabolic functions that an individual has to do in order to sustain our daily activities. And it involves many organ systems, and they are related to your liver, your GI health, your heart, even your bones and hormones and joints are involved in the metabolism. So it's a very involved process. So what is poor metabolic health? Well, what happens is the body goes into protective mode, and it basically can shut down or stint non-mandatory functions of the body. And that would be anything other than your breathing and your heart functions, of course. So your GI hormones, your cognition, your energy, and sleep are all affected by poor metabolic health. And it involves the signaling and communication systems. And over time, it can start to break down or not work properly, because actually what's happening is the body is trying to protect itself. So the key markers that are involved in metabolic health would be your blood sugar stability, your insulin, your healthy blood pressure to maintain that, achieving optimal cholesterol levels, and then, of course, an ideal weight. And usually that's measured, and we will measure that in our classes. So what is metabolic health? What does it mean? So basically, losing weight is not what we found is to be hard for people. What is happening is getting the body to accept this weight, because it might not have possibly involved the underlying cause of the problem. And this is why we see this rebounding. And as you will see, the reason for this is really environmental in nature, in food. It's not just about diet and exercise and starving ourselves. So the traditional approach to this has been to diet, supplement with GLPs, and push the body to change fast or somewhat rapidly. But again, not addressing why the body is resisting in the first place. And this involves appetite suppression, reducing caloric intake, blunting hunger signals, and using short-term changes. So the result over time is that the body resists, and then the weight will rebound. So this is the gap that my program is aiming to resolve and close. And I'm very excited to share this with you today. So how we at Live Well support metabolic health practitioners, in addition to myself that I'm working with. So our GLP Forte is a homeopathic and full body process designed by Des Bio, my partner, my lab partner. And we use an approach that will integrate 4 signaling pathways, and allowing the body to be safe and accept these changes. And then obviously we do a lifestyle management program to support and make real-time changes. So what you need to understand is this is not a quick fix. It's not a magic bullet. It involves a little bit of work, which we will help you to address. So our approach is to involve all 4 information pathways that influence metabolic health, to allow the body to accept these changes over time. So not only do we work with GLP receptors, signaling, and peptides, we evaluate the appetite and satiety signaling, metabolic and energy regulation, insulin and leptin communication, appetite regulation, which has to do with signals in the brain and the hypothalamus. So over time, the result will be that the body will adapt and the weight will maintain consistently over time. Also, we need to address the environmental issues that are involved, which is why this is a lifestyle training program. And this comprehensive approach will offer you long-term metabolic and hormone renewal. So some of the key pillars we involve are the key pillar for diet, food, and nutrient support involves a whole food approach with anti-inflammatory eating, And obviously, I use a lot of intermittent fasting is an ideal way. It's not for everyone, but it works for a lot of people. So we will balance your protein, find you the right healthy fats and fibers to eat, and support your diet with vegetable-rich carbohydrates at every meal. We will evaluate your blood sugar stability, allowing consistency during for even flow of blood sugar throughout the day. We involve phytonutrient support with involving your nutrient deficiencies, which we evaluate early on through your lab testing. So we'll find out what you're deficient in and what's going on through a functional health report. And we will support you with the prebiotics, probiotics you need, fiber-rich support with liposomals, homeopathics, and herbal medicine. We will make sure that you're hydrated, which reminds me to stay hydrated. And we'll provide you with the nutrient density over calorie counting. So I don't do a lot of calorie counting, which you're going to love. And we'll support you with balanced proteins, making sure your body's not in a catabolic state. We're going to show you what fats to eat, what fiber-rich vegetables are the best. And we are also going to choose the cleanest food we can by eliminating refined carbohydrates and sugars and foods laden with pesticides and herbicides and fungicides. So exercise, stress, and lifestyle habits are ideal. They're obviously dependent on the individual, the population that we're working with. So everyone is unique. We don't have one program for everyone. Everyone is an individual. So depending on what you need and what you're used to, I will find the right exercise programs for you. So strength training, again, is not for everyone, but for those of you who can, we recommend that you try. We'll move you up to 2 to 3 times a week, depending on your athletic performance and what you are already able to do. We'll make sure that you're recovering properly to avoid injury, and teaching you stretching and myofascial release for those clients who I have in person. And then for cardiovascular, even gentle walking, we're going to get you moving, your heart rate up so that your metabolism is working regularly and your body's detoxing. And this will also support insulin sensitivity. We will work in a community to keep things accountable. So there will be other people in the class. It will be on Zoom and in person. And you'll be also able to chime in. Everything will be recorded for you if you miss something. The exercise, as I want you all to know, is the #1 stress reducer. And it's best done outside with no cell phone and earphones, and just basically being part of nature so you're not distracted and your body's able to relax. So stress management is another obviously key feature of all of this. So we will teach you and introduce you, if you're not already familiar with mindfulness and meditation. Some of you might already be prayer warriors, which is awesome. And I will teach you also a lot about breath work. So detoxification, both internal and external, are also key component of my protocol. Getting regular sleep, so you have a consistent circadian rhythm, is when the body is going to repair all of your cells, so you can get up and go the next day and chase from the tiger and go after the rabbit. So we want you to recover properly with good, adequate sleep, and improving your air quality inside and outside of the home, and evaluating your home care and your personal care items, reducing toxic endocrine disrupting chemicals in the food and water that you're drinking. I will introduce you to grounding, infrared light, getting adequate sunshine. And if you're interested, we'll teach you how to do some clay therapies, which you can do at home. All of this is done very affordably We will also teach you about homeopathic medicines and phytonutrients that will reinforce your hormone signaling and target specific pathogens and toxins. So homeopathy is considered the medicine of the future. So how do we renew your metabolic footprint? So real change will happen with structured support. And this is why I created the Metabolic Renewal Health Program. And again, I'm fully supported with my lab partners at DesBio. So our goal is to reverse the symptoms of metabolic disease, the fatigue, the digestive problems, if you're experiencing nausea or vomiting, making sure you have adequate protein. And we want to make sure you're not losing sleep, and we're balancing your hormones with including your thyroid glands, your insulin, and obviously your sex hormones. So some of the metabolic conditions that we support, the practitioners and I, would be cancer, diabetes, insulin resistance, both type 1 and 2, cardiovascular disease, all autoimmune diseases, and obesity. So all of these factors can be implied again in metabolic problems. So the Metabolic Renewal Health Program will give you the structure, guidance, and community to support you so that you can make the lifestyle changes needed to lose weight, improve your metabolism, and hormonal health for a lifetime. So the program offers structured meal and protein guidelines, personal movement framework, so you're getting the right type of exercise for your specific body. You're going to have community check-ins twice a month. You're going to have lifestyle changing classes, either in person or via Zoom. And for my clients who are local, I will also find you the right gym or trainer or classes, ideally for your specific goals. And there is a detox and nutrition component to this program. So you will have a specialized analysis of your labs, and I will do a functional blood chemistry assessment and a system checker to make sure that we are supporting you as an individual. And obviously at the end of the program, 6 months or 12 months, we'll redo your lab work to see what your improvements are. And during the program, you will have direct chat with myself or the practitioner that you're working with, so you can keep in touch with us and your progress anytime you have any type of question. So the GLP-4TE active phase program is our weight loss program. And we can customize this a little bit for you. If you don't like the beef collagen, for example, we can offer you our Omni Cleanse or an equivalent program, so that product that you get enough of the phytonutrients and minerals and vitamins that you need. And obviously the protein, if you're on GLP support, you're going to need an additional protein supplement to prevent muscle wasting. So this active phase, signal first, weight loss follows. And this will be 20 vials every 2 to 3 days. So this is this little box right here with the little blue caps. So this is our homeopathic remedies. And it's basically 20 vials. And you just take one of those vials. You can either put it in what I call my detox drink here, or you can just take it sublingually and this is basically a 60-day program. And sometimes you'll need further support down the road, or once you reach your weight loss goals, you'll be done. So DesBio also offers a homeopathic remedy, which is in this little bottle here on the left, and that supports the emotional component. So whether you have to break a habit, for example, maybe you're a smoker or you're used to eating ice cream every day, for example, habit is a product that will really benefit you, and we can customize that as well. So this active phase will continue with stability following this program, and it will be an advanced homeopathic sequence if you don't achieve your optimal weight goal at that point. So it's basically going to retrain and reframe you long term so you can make the results that you need. So some people need more work than others. So it's very dependent on that. And here's what you can expect and how this will benefit you. So again, everyone is individual and unique, and results will occur with compliance, readiness to change, and obviously how much support the individual needs depending on their condition. So we are here for you, whether it takes 6 months, 12 months, or 2 years. It could be ongoing. And obviously, there might be breaks in the program when you go on vacation. So we offer you long-term support. So basically, the body will heal itself when it feels safe and when we've eliminated a lot of the things that are causing these imbalances to your signaling patterns. And in homeopathic medicine, what you'll notice is you'll notice differences as these substances move from the inside, from the top to the bottom, and from inside your cells to outside, top to bottom, inside and out. So the program, My Metabolic Renewal, is going to be both for men and women. We may combine this course because some of you are couples and we want you to work together as a family. It works better that way. So we do provide the community, but we are going to start it off individually as a women's and a men's program. And then again, as I mentioned, we might combine the courses together. So if you want, just take a snapshot of this slide. And again, the program right now starts in September and October. So you'll be able to join us. It's very affordable. If you pay in full right now, it's $900 for the full 6-month program, which turns out if you pay monthly, you have that option, and that's about $167 a month. So again, take a picture of the slide, and if you have any questions, you can email me, Lauren@livewellva.net, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining us today.